Hey you. Welcome ladies and gentlemen, broke folks and ballers, big kids and small adults. I hope everything is going good in your lane. Apparently Frontier Developments has some big things cooking up. They're about ready to be released for your consumption in the Q4 Elite Dangerous update. So, after scouring the interwebs that Al Gore blessed us with, here are the top 8 rumors about the content we'll see. Make sure to like and subscribe like a boss.
Number 8.
Visible NPC crew member. After a while, it gets a little lonely in the ship, looking at those empty seats. The first time I hired on an NPC pilot, I was excited to fill up a chair until I found out that you don't actually see them. Multi-crew handles a live commander in your cockpit, so why no visible crew member with you? Hopefully this gets updated and you can have a one-sided conversation with somebody who's actually there this time. Even better if you got voice attack. That's immersion level 100.
Number 7.
New SRVs. This rumor has been around for a while now. Years later, we still don't have it, but now could be the time. Players with beta access have a folder neatly labeled SRV Mark II. This could bring in some interesting and useful features like SRV multi-crew, a bigger cargo hold, better weapons. I don't really know how useful multi-crew would be. Maybe you stick your guy in the back as a gunner. I'm not sure about that. What I'd rather do is have a multi-crewer be able to drive my second SRV for some buggy races, high security settlement assault, or help with mat gathering. You know, if you have a generous soul on your friend list who will be down with that.
Number 6.
Mobile and or body computers. This one leaves us with a lot of questions, but if you participate in or pay attention to the CGs, aka community goals, or even just listen to Galnet, then you're aware of the 2 rival companies rushing to complete their relative computers. Supertech is producing the Torque, which is a wearable computer that uses holographic technology. Their rival, Herculean Machines, is on the way to manufacturing the Dura Drive, which was insultingly described as a space brick. So to me that makes it sound more or less like a tablet. Personally, I prefer the wearable holographic tech over pulling out a tablet for whatever the intended use is supposed to be. But unfortunately, there was more money to be made in the CG by bringing materials to Herculean. So commanders supported the space brick, and that's what we may be seeing soon. Kind of an Apple versus PC thing going on there.
Number 5.
Master Limpet controllers. This is a really useful module. Ships have limited space to fit modules, and so before undocking, you're stuck trying to figure out what you're going to sacrifice to make rooms for the things you really need. Master Limpet controllers don't fully address that, but it does allow you to leave with multiple limpets, and according to the rumor, it'll work like the hangar slots. So you'll install the Master Limpet controller, which will create slots to install your other Limpet controllers into. And that would be a good deal because sometimes a controller for collector limpets, prospector limpets, and repair limpets could be the difference between you and several trips to the nearest outpost back and forth. I know commanders fighting bugs probably wouldn't mind carrying decontamination and repair limpets in the same slot. I know I would. Now I'm not really a bug fighter, so, you know, let y'all handle that.
Number 4.
Codex. Obsidian Ant has mentioned this enough times to get me curious, and from what I found, it would make a huge impact on exploration. Essentially, it's a ship diary focused on discoveries. So right now, if you discover a planet or a crashed ship, or anything that's interesting enough to return to, good luck finding it again if it's not bookmarked or you haven't manually logged it away somewhere. The Codex will be a solution to that, as well as give you deeper context and information on everything, kind of like a galactic encyclopedia.
Number 3.
The Panther Clipper. The Panther Clipper has been speculated about for quite a while now, but a recent video by Down to Earth Astronomy saying we may see it before the year's end has increased the conversation about it quite a bit. Even though it shares the name Clipper with the shiny Imperial ship and it needs a large landing pad, that's about all they have in common. The Panther Clipper is a huge trading ship that's supposed to dwarf the ridiculously big Type 9. That sounds like a nightmare to get into and out of the mail slot, so I'll be buying stock in docking computers when this arrives. A feature that a lot of commanders would like to see with this ship is another ship inside that allows you to park the mothership while you run in and out of a starport carrying cargo with the smaller ship, which would be pretty dope, but it would leave the Panther Clipper pretty vulnerable, and so it needs to be heavily armored and gunned. But The wiki describes it as capable of turret-mounting planetary bombardment class weaponry that could destroy most enemies in a single well-placed shot. Now, we all know that we never be given such an OP ship, and according to rumor, it has 5 small hardpoints and 2 medium hardpoints. So, won't be taking down wings of ships anytime soon on its own, but it will at least be the ultimate mining ship.
Number 2.
Atmospheric landing.
This is a huge, bigly giggity requested feature. We've been driving around on airless moons for a year now, and while it's still pretty cool, it's time to move forward. It's highly doubtful we'd see anything other than extremely toxic, non-life supporting atmospheres, at least for now. But this has been in the back of folks' mind for so long that anything would be better than nothing. It would be interesting to see a big Type 9 getting battered around the atmosphere trying to land on a high G planet. A beluga with its heat problems would be a nightmare trying to super cruise away from the atmosphere. But it doesn't matter. We still want to do something other than stare at planets and wonder, what could be down there, man? What's down there?
Number 1.
Space legs, or elite feet if you're one of the cool kids. This is a big one. FDev has Cmndr shouting this rumor at a fever pitch. Between the crate trailers showing a commander boarding his ship, the Torque and Dura drive computers, because what other use does mobile computing fill? And Obsidian Ant saying a long asked for feature is coming. The almighty space legs rumor is back at the forefront. Walking around starports, walking around our big beautiful ships that we've painstakingly outfitted and engineered after saving up credits for and going to all these different places to gather up mass for. There's so many opportunities out there, ranging from hanging out in a starport bar to boarding derelicts and capital ships. They don't even have to have all that at once. Let us check out our ship interiors. From the beginning of Elite Dangerous, FDev has said, we're designing all the ships with interiors in mind, how the cargo is unloaded, all of that sort of thing, how damage occurs. That's because another thing we're doing is, again down the line, is that you will be able to walk around inside your ship. You'll be able to get out of your ship, walk around inside space stations, other vehicles, all that sort of thing. We've shown the damage on the ship, the damage models. Imagine looking at that from inside the ship outwards, seeing your cargo fly out into space, seeing the flames trying to fight them. Well, after a somewhat uneventful year, commanders leaving the cockpits to hang out in other space sims and IPs, now would be a great time to implement this, and also atmospheric landings, especially now that we're at the end of the free Beyond content and the next paid chapter is arriving. Get us all back in the game. Give us a reason to hang in there and be pumped up enough to pay for the next season. My body is ready, Frontier Developments. My body. These are your top 8 Elite Dangerous rumors. Hopefully we'll see most, if not all of them in the near future. Do you agree with them? What have you heard or would like to see in the next update? Let us know in the comments. If this video wasn't really your style, then you're probably a Thargoid. But if not, slap that like button and subscribe for more content. Be sure to check out the Elite Dangerous After Dark series for some ship appreciation. The next video will be up next week. 07 Commanders.
Go down on your paint over there and request docking.
Alright. 3. Yeah, I gotta get closer to you. No, I gotta go into the ass of it.
Hold on, keep the ship.